Barack Obama is fending off new attacks on his voting record when it comes to abortion. CNN's Carol Costello is investigating. Carol, what are the allegations and what's the truth about Obama's abortion record?
Well, John, some are calling Barack Obama a baby killer because of a bill he voted down while he was in the Illinois State Senate. It was called the Born Alive Infant Protection Act, and it's come back to haunt him. But is it fair?
It's a charge that's been circulating online for months.
He'll let a baby die that does miraculously survive an abortion.
Anti-abortion conservatives like former Senator Rick Santorum have written op-eds about it, calling Obama a harsh ideologue. And conservative commentator and CNN contributor Bill Bennett has given voice to it in the Situation Room.
What about that vote in Chicago that turned the stomach even of NARAL and the liberal senators that said if a baby is born alive after a late-term abortion, you can throw it away? Barack Obama approved that.
What about that vote? In 2001, when Obama was an Illinois state senator, he and his colleagues considered a bill called the Born Alive Infant Protection Act, which provided that a live child born as a result of an abortion shall be fully recognized as a human person and accorded immediate protection under the law. The bill caused an uproar in Illinois, fueled by dramatic testimony by a former Chicago nurse, Jill Stanek.
I held this little baby who had Down syndrome between 21 and 22 weeks until he died for 45 minutes. And that instantly catapulted me into becoming a pro-life activist and passionate on this issue.
Stanek, who was working at an Illinois hospital at the time, became so passionate she says she lost her job. A hospital spokesman, the Reverend Wendell Allman, would not confirm this, but said Stanek did not represent their hospital in a credible way. Still, Stanek's testimony fueled passion for the Illinois bill. It came up for a vote twice in the state legislature. The first time, Obama voted present. The second time, he voted no. He said at the time the Illinois Born Alive Infant Protection Act would essentially bar abortions because the Equal Protection Clause does not allow somebody to kill a child. In other words, Obama says now it lacked the federal language clarifying the act would not be used to undermine Roe v. Wade. Planned Parenthood of Chicago told us Obama felt the true goal of the Illinois bill was to make sure all abortion was illegal. Stanek denies that, saying the bill was almost identical to the federal Born Alive Infants Protection Act, a bill that was approved by every legislator from liberal Ted Kennedy to conservative Rick Santorum. It was signed into law by President Bush in 2002.
And Senator Obama says if he had been in the U.S. Senate in 2002, he too would have voted in favor of the Born Alive Infants Protection Act because unlike the Illinois bill, it included language protecting Roe v. Wade. John?
Carol Costello there with the background on this, and joining us to talk more about Obama's abortion record and more, CNN political contributor and Democratic strategist James Carville and CNN political contributor Bill Bennett, host of the conservative national radio talk show Morning in America. He's also a Claremont Institute fellow. Bill, let's start with you. So Barack Obama says that he voted no on this Born Alive Infant Protection Act because he said, and I read his comments in the Senate that day, said it would not pass constitutional muster, that it would in effect overturn Roe versus Wade by making abortion illegal. Do you accept that explanation?
No, certainly not. Carol's piece was good. It was accurate, except there's one more thing you need to know. The 2003 bill, the more you look into this, the worse it is for Barack Obama to deny it. Because if you look into the record, and Carol did a good job, you will see the 2003 bill had exactly the same language as the federal bill, and Barack Obama voted against it. This was not about Roe v. Wade. This was not about abortion. This was about protecting these babies when they are alive after 7 months, 5 months, 6 months, whether it be an abortion or through birth or through any other means. So Barack Obama, what he is saying is just false. Check the record. The more you dig into it, the worse it looks. He should just say whatever he wants, something else. I was naive. I didn't realize how close it was to the federal act. He cannot say it was different from the federal act. It was the same.
James, does Senator Obama have a problem with this?
Well, I don't know, but I thought the piece was rich. First of all, Rick Santorum calling someone a harsh ideologue almost made me fall down. And the second thing is the priest at the hospital saying this woman was not credible, but I thought were two very interesting things. He says that had they had language in there supporting Roe v. Wade, he would have been for it. I'd have to go back and look at the vote in the Illinois legislature. But I suspect this is one of these things where the pro-life people were trying to undermine Roe v. Wade, and I think Senator Obama was a supporter of Roe.
Right, so you don't think he's got a problem here? This isn't going to hurt him?
Well, based on Rick Santorum attacking somebody as a harsh ideologue, that doesn't move me very much, I can assure you.
Well, if the only argument is that he was attacked by Rick Santorum, that'd be fine. But the question is the facts, and the facts in the case speak for themselves. The language was the language.
And the promoter of this bill was called non-credible by a priest.
Well, whether the promoter of the bill, it's not a Catholic hospital, it wasn't a priest. This is Jeremiah Wright was on the board of this. This is another complication. The facts are the facts, and the facts are that Barack Obama would not protect the life of this infant. Barbara Boxer would, the entire U.S. Senate would, Barack Obama wouldn't. He's got a problem here.
I think the language, look, but Barack Obama supports Roe versus Wade, McCain doesn't. That's a fact. I can't change that.
That's not what this is about.